Hey you guys, so I thought I'd do a quick little video today. I'm working with this little mare, and this is actually quite common, but she's not super good with her hind feet. And so that makes the farrier's job kind of stink. And so I'm just going to go through a couple little tricks that I use with a horse that doesn't want to give you his back feet or her back feet, that tend to make that a happier process for everybody. So first of all, you have to appreciate what you're asking the horse to do. So you're asking them to give up their foot, and without their feet, they can't survive, right? So that's kind of a vulnerable thing, first of all. So what I want you to think about is not grabbing. So I think it was Dale Grove that I heard this from, but she said, don't use your thumbs when you pick up a horse's foot. So like your thumb is not allowed to be part of the equation. So kind of like take your thumb and attach it to your hand and just pretend that it's not there. So you don't want to go in and grab the foot. The other thing is not going straight to the foot. So I always start up here and kind of keep an eye on your horse. Like, at what point does the horse get frustrated with me being by his leg? If it's right here and the horse starts to walk away, then just hang with your horse until he's okay with you standing there. They know what you're going to do. So be patient and allow your horse to be okay with you here first, and then here, and then here. And then when you get all the way down to the fetlock joint, what I like to do, instead of just grabbing the foot and asking them to pick it up, is, can you just unweight? So I just kind of cup the fetlock joint, and I'll just kind of lean back into my own bum, and I just ask them to unweight. And as soon as that foot is unweighted, I'm going to release all that pressure. So same thing there. I'm just asking her to unweight. And ideally, what I want her to do, like, she thinks that I want her to pick it up. And what I want her to do is this right here. I want her to rest her toe, like so. And then I'm going to ask her to take it and rest it back here. And that's going to be step number one. Can you just rest your foot and not actually pick it up? So notice how I've not grabbed her foot with my thumb at any point. I just take it and I ask her to unweight. Yep. And now I'm going to bring it back here, and I'm going to say, can you just be comfortable right here? Can you just keep that foot unweighted? And I might hang here for quite a while. In the beginning, I won't ask the horse to actually pick up his foot at all. I'm just going to ask him to unweight it, and then I might take my little hoof pick and be like, here, I can clean that out for you. It'll feel a lot better. And I might hang and just rub the foot, rub the cannon bone in that area on their leg, and just make this a happy place. From that point, once the horse gets really good at just hanging out right here, then I will slowly cup the bottom of their foot and pick it up literally inches. And then I continue to raise it from there. But honestly, this is the most comfortable way for them to hold it. So allow it to be comfortable. Don't ask them to pick up their foot and stand here, with their foot all out like this, if they're not even comfortable giving you their foot in the first place. And she's like, here, you want the other one now? So that's actually usually the one I have trouble with her. And there she's offering it. So that's kind of nice. But I'm going to come back down. See, I notice I start up here every time. And I'm going to slide my hand down, and I'm going to slowly pull forward on that fetlock joint. She's going to shift her weight. I release the pressure a little bit when she shifted the weight. I'm going to ask again. There we go. Good girl. So she set it right back down. I want her to get in the habit of just unweighting. Just unweight and wait for me to give you the next instruction. She wants to take it away right away. And I'm saying, hey, just hang out here. Okay. So that's going to be how I deal with back feet for a horse that doesn't like them to be handled. For a horse that, like, you can't even get here. So, like, this is not something that I'm not at this point with Trig yet, my Arab, because I can't even get to here on his butt without making him nervous. So, like, I don't go down and, like, ask him to unweight his back feet yet. I have a few times on a couple of good days, but it's not something that we do regularly because he's not comfortable with me even here yet. So before I start asking for that, your horse has to be good with you here. Okay. And then your horse has to be good with you here. And then your horse has to be good with you here. You have to move through this in stages. You can't just go right to the foot grab it with your hand like this and be like, here, pick it up. They're going to be like, no way. Okay, so I'm going to go to her hard side. Good girl. And I'm letting her know where I'm at the whole time. So I kind of keep a hand on her just so that she knows kind of where I'm at and what my intention is here. So I'm just going to let her know I'm coming down to that foot. This is the one she doesn't like me to pick up. And so same thing. I'm just going to ask her to unweight. There, she's like, no, thank you. She put more weight on it. There, good girl. There, good girl. So she'll unweight for just a second, and then she puts her foot back down again. So I release when she pulls the weight off of it. And then as soon as she slams that foot down again, I just put a little bit of pressure on her fetlock joint, like right there, just a little bit of pressure, a little bit of pressure. But every time she unweights, my hand relaxes. I'm staying with her, but relaxed. There we go. Good girl. So I'm going to see if I can encourage her to put it back where it's comfortable. Yep. I'm going to set that down and just unweight it. Just hang out here. Oh, she's like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to do that, she says. There we go. So this is nice. So her body's relaxed right now. So I'm allowing myself to squat here. But if she were wiggly, if her head was up, and if she was, concerned, this is not a safe position. I would stay here, okay? So that I can get out of the way. But I'm going to kind of squat down. And I'm just going to like rub on her foot and her leg and just make this a happy position to be in. Like, it's no big deal. She wants to take it away. I'm just going to kind of keep putting it back there. But notice how I don't grab her foot. I don't grab her leg and be like, here, pick it up. I'm just saying, just on weight. So that's one of the ways that I get horses who are naughty with their back feet to just kind of be okay with this process so that your farrier's job is easier. So most farriers don't like doing a foot that low, but in the beginning, what they can do is take the horse's foot and kind of cup it on their foot and trim like so. I've done that before, and it tends to work pretty good for a horse that doesn't want to pick their foot up all the way to the height of a hoof jack or a stand. But for her to just stand and rest like this is perfect. Like, this is all we do in the beginning. And you do this every single day, and then by the time your 6-week farrier appointment comes up, your horse is like, yeah, you can have my foot, that's no problem. And it becomes much easier. But you got to go in stages, and you got to go slow. You got to make sure they're good with every single stage. So don't go straight to the foot and ask them to pick it up to here. Go start here, then go to here, then go to here, then go to here, and then ask them to just unweight. Good girl. Good girl. There. And then it's her responsibility to just hang there until I set her foot back down. And notice that the length of time that she'll tolerate this is a whole lot longer than the length of time that a horse will hold their foot a lot higher if they're not good with their back feet. So build that ability to stand in there when it's in a more comfortable position. So I'm going to set that back there. And I want her to keep it unweighted until I step away. Good girl. So I'm just going to ask her to hang there, and then I'm going to come back up and I'm going to tell her, good job. And that might be all we do for today. So keep them short, keep them happy, and just make sure that your little back foot sessions don't turn into battles, because if they start dreading you picking up their back feet, it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. You can't win this battle by wrestling with a horse. Most of us aren't strong enough to do that anyways. So we got to work smarter at this process, right? So just make sure that they're happy with you being there. And remember, no thumbs. So come down, cup their foot, and pull forward. Don't pick it up. So there's just a little tip on back feet for you today. I hope that helps you guys. Have a great day. Good job.